It's news time. Information is power. Be current. What the country needs is competent leader, not power rotation. Pastor Tunde Bakare says. Ahead of the 2023 presidential election, the serving overseer of the Citadel Global Community Church and the very known pastor, Tunde Bakare, has made his point clear on what Nigeria needs at the moment. The senior pastor met with President Muhammadu Buhari today and he was able to make his point clear to everyone around him. He said, what the nation wants is a competent president and not the immature clamor of power rotation. What Pastor Tunde Bakare said is a pure truth. Remember, Atiku Abubakar also criticized this idea of power rotation. Although President Muhammadu Buhari administration will be over in 2023 and all citizens desire to see a better Nigeria, and as such, so many people are looking forward to this. President Muhammadu Buhari has started a good work by investing so much in the security department. It is expected that anyone that will be next president must be as competent as this, irrespective of the region or tribe. A country's economy can be determined by the kind of infrastructure and projects that the nation has embarked on. President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has done a lot concerning the Nigerian transport network as well as other sectors. Getting the right person for the job requires the efforts of everyone and not a particular region or tribe. Getting a competent and right person as the next leader should be the main priority now, not the issue of power rotation, the pastor has said. That it is time to go fully into nation building, which, according to him, is part of his calling. Bakare also dared the prominent Nigeria to come after him and learn a hard lesson for doing so, saying that in a fit of fearlessness, the fiery cleric called on an official to go ahead and say in public whatever evil he has done in secret if there was any. Meanwhile, Bakare has been lashed out at an unnamed federal government official who, according to him, is at odds with his recent pronouncement. Without disclosing the identity of the prominent official, Pastor Bakare noted that what is now in vogue is for persons of similar caliber to use brutality and intimidation on people instead of pursuing justice. The pastor recalled that he was one of those who had worked to take this appointee to his present office and vowed never to pay him visits anymore. And this is Pastor Bakare, who actually visited President Muhammadu Buhari of recent, and they had a closed-door meeting, which was only for him and the President Muhammadu Buhari, according to what he said, saying that for the 2023 presidential election, that he will not turn down any offer if given to him, because if it is the will of God, then so be it. Saying that he has been into pastoring for about 33 years, and it was time for him to go fully into nation building, which, according to him, is part of his calling. And this was after Bishop David Oyedepo was said to have had some investments outside the country that was kept on a secret. Love and Joy, the two daughters of the cleric, were given 10% share each. The document did not reveal the exact businesses and transactions the offshore company was set up to conduct. The entity, however, appears to be the family's investment vehicle under which the family's wealth is warehoused for offshore management. When reached via his personal email address, Mr. Oyedepo did not respond to questions sent to him seeking his comments. We also sent the questions to be publicized emails of his church, including that of the church branch in Maryland. Some of the emails returned undelivered, while we did not receive any response for those that delivered. The telephone number Mr. Oyedepo listed in company documents failed to connect. Biblical reference: Mr. Oyedepo may have tapped the name of his offshore company from the Bible. According to the books of 2 Samuel, 1 King, and Ezekiel, Zadok was a loyal priest to the biblical King David. He was instrumental in helping David suppress the rebellion of his son, Absalom, and he was also helpful to the enthronement of Solomon as David's successor, being that he was the priest that anointed Solomon's head with oil at Gihon, which effectively made made him his father's successor. After Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem, Zadok was the first high priest of the temple, an entrepreneurial cleric. While the cache of documents did not reveal what type of business the company was set up for, some of the documents revealed that the company was still active at least as recent as 2016, when Trident Trust filed the resolution of the company's board, revalidating its list of directors. Meanwhile, Mr. Oyedepo, who felt insulted by his $150 million valuation by Forbes magazine in 2011, is one of the main proponents of prosperity gospel in Christendom and encapsulates this by his myriad of entrepreneurial endeavors. Some fellows said we are worth $150 million. I said, that's an insult. $150 million, that's an insult. I am worth Philippians 4:19. He said, while referring to the Forbes valuation. Philippians 4:19 reads, "And my God will supply all my needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus." Recently, while reacting to reports that some of the church pastors were sacked without benefits, Mr. Oyedepo, who described his sacked pastors as unfruitful and blatant failure, said his church had never lacked money. Money? Nonsense. We have never lacked it, yet we have never prayed for it. We are just simply obeying God and He's backing up what He asks us to do. Obedience will turn you to a living wonder. Just obey God. Have you seen us raise in prayer points of, "Oh God, send us money"? He asked later during the speech. Outside his evangelical work, he is mainly known as the founder of one of the Nigeria's most expensive university, Covenant University. He also owns Landmark University in Omuaran, Kwara State. He also owns Faith Academy Limited alongside his wife. Faith Academy Limited is the company that runs the Eyebrow Boarding Secondary School that goes by the same name. Mr. Oyedepo is also known for his acquisition of at least 4 private jets, which includes a Gulfstream V-jet said to be worth at least $30 million, 2 other Gulfstream planes, and a Bombardier Challenger aircraft, which he operates using another of his companies, Dominion Air Limited. Dominion Air Limited was set up in 2005, and his second son, Isaac, is listed as one of its directors. Mr. Oyedepo is also the owner of Hebron Oil Limited and a slew of other businesses, mostly located in his Kenaland estate in Ota, Ogun State. Another company, Bible Match Media Limited, has David Olumakinde Oyedepo and Olukemi Omo Lola Oyedepo as directors. Nigeria Pastors and Tax Havens. In 2013, Premium Times reported how Chris Oyakhilome, one of the Africa's most popular pastors, secretly incorporated Jimoba Nigeria Limited, an offshore company for his family in the British Virgin Islands. A business associate of the pastor told the newspaper at the time that some directors in the company held shares on behalf of the pastor's daughter, Sharon and Charlene, who were then teenagers. The pastor there was also another file obtained by Premium Times about a data leaked about the popular pastor TB Joshua, who was also exposed for secretly setting up an offshore business entity. The pastor died on June 5 this year, and his wife has been battling some congregation members over the management of the church assets. Thanks for listening.